Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. So let's play a bit with our friend the Batman. So as you can see, right now he's level 25. Hero, Mentor Batman, Power Gadget, Weapon Martial Arts, and Movement Acrobatics. So let's get started. So today we should play a bunch of Sinestro Corps missions. Or a bunch of missions fighting the Sinestro Corps, I should say. Also known as the Evil Yellow Lanterns. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure why the menu didn't want to close. It happens. So we have to go, if I may remember correctly, we probably have to go to Midtown, so let's do that. Before I forget, let me check something first. We'll be okay. So we will fight the forces of the evil Sinestro. And if we're lucky, maybe we'll get the Sinestro glove. I guess we'll have to wait and see for that. I should probably play the vault, but maybe next time. So we've been to Midtown before, but now we have a new NPC that wants to talk to us.
Greetings. The Green Lantern Corps is tasked with keeping intergalactic order, but there's something interfering with our rings. We suspect the murderous Sinestro Corps. Help us defeat their yellow power of fear, and the Corps will not forget your efforts.
This is Superman. I'm glad to see you've joined the fight against Sinestro. According to Green Lantern, whatever's disrupting their power rings is here in Metropolis. Until they find it, it's up to us to take out Sinestro's vanguard and help the Corps. Their rings draw on pure willpower. See if you can lend some of yours.
So I mentioned it before, but in case you guys don't know, in the Midtown police station and in the Diamond District police station, there is a crafting station. So if you don't have access to a crafting station for reasons, if you go to those police stations, you should be able to do some crafting. And every police station has the little loyalty vendor at the entrance like this. I probably should make a video specifically about the police station. And if you ever need to go to the Quarks vendor and you don't want to go to the watchtower, every police station has a little Quarks vendor like this. There's going to be some changes with Game Update 94. I'll probably I'll keep that for my next walkthrough character. So basically right now I'm doing a walkthrough with our friend the Batman. Sadly in about a week it's already going to be a bit outdated. But I'm planning to make walkthroughs with all the mentors. So I'll make a walkthrough with Luthor, I'll make a walkthrough with Superman, Wonder Woman, Cersei, the Joker. Although some of you guys have been asking if I could make a walkthrough with Deathstroke. So I'm wondering if maybe I should use Deathstroke instead of Lex Luthor. I'll have to give it some thoughts. It still would kind of work. Deathstroke is a mercenary, so it's not outside of the realm of possibility that Lex Luthor would hire Deathstroke. I'll have to give it some thoughts. I'll just make a tutorial with our friend Destro. I won't worry too much about the details. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. This here is the Daily Planet. If you guys have been wondering, this is where the Daily Planet is in this Universe Online. When I started playing this Universe Online, I was a bit sad that I didn't see the Daily Planet anywhere until I realized that it was in a bottle. And as you saw, if you go to the top of the Daily Planet, you do get a feat. And the same is true with the LexCorp Tower. As you can see, the LexCorp Tower is not very far from the Daily Planet. So if you just go to the top of the LexCorp Tower, you do unlock a feat as well. So as you can see here, there's a little side quest. So we'll grab that side quest before we get started on our main mission. So basically, the missions we're going to play right now involve fighting a whole bunch of evil Sinestro Corps or Yellow Lanterns. So you can see the mission is called War with the Core.
So you're working with the core, huh? And without even a power ring.
I forgot to check if...
You could use a dose of willpower to get them through Sinestro's assault. They're up on the rooftop. Now it's done.
Let's start with the side quest and we'll come back for the main mission in just a minute. So there should be... there it is. So there's a few lanterns here that we need to defend.
With our rings acting up, we could use the help. All right, go ring, go.
That's why I hate not having a flying character.
I don't know what's wrong with our rings. We need to pull back.
Oh, I got a restoration mod.
My ring's gone haywire. Cover me while I get a grip on this.
I'll shoot a mod in just a minute. I'll try to finish this mission first.
I can do this.
Oh yeah, so we got to mark a victory. So for the mod I just got... There it is. That's a restoration mod, not very useful for this character, but I'm going to show you in a bit how it works. Basically, next time I go back to my base, I'll try not to forget to show you this mod.
Get this right.
So let's go downstairs and let's continue our mission. So we've made the side quest, we've played the side quest, so let's play the main mission. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to share the objectives that these guys started, or this lady started. I guess we can.
My ring's almost out of charge. Thanks, Earth Dweller.
So we have to basically defend those
Thanks
little
Let me return
Green
the favor.
Lantern.
I'll cover you.
As you saw, the lady activated a handful of them all at once. We could try to do that, but I'm not in that much of a hurry. We can take 53 seconds more to play the mission. So as you can see, there's various evil Sinestro Lantern that spawn, and you have to defend the Green Lantern from them. It's fairly a simple quest, and also you have to defeat 10 Sinestro shock troops. For that, we'll do that in just a bit.
This one's working for the Green Lanterns. Get them!
Like you can see one right now.
Thanks for your assistance.
As you can see, we have a few friends that are playing the same mission as we are. So sometimes it makes certain missions a bit easier, obviously. There's multiple of us who are playing the same mission. But this will be the last recruit we need, but then we're gonna have to defeat the 10 Sinestro shock troops. But before we do that, let's grab this little investigation, and let's bring the barrel, because we can.
Green Lantern Corps. These arrows of the rightful man on the place as the Guardian's right hand. Apprehend or destroy on sight.
So there's a few different lanterns, so as you saw, there's some assassins and some shock troops. We really need the shock troops. The recruit won't really help us.
Afraid yet?
just one more. Okay, that should do it. Oh, we didn't get it. I guess it wasn't a shock throw. There's one. I guess there's a minimum amount of damage you need to do to the NPC so that they count towards your objective. So let's go in our journal, complete the mission.
The Sinestro Core's yellow powers draw on the power of fear, much like the Green Lantern rings draw on willpower. They're not friendly guys. And it looks like they're all zeroing in on City Hall. I'm updating your map.
What happened to the quest giver?
Any attempt to discuss the situation
I'm so
with
sad.
Sinestro has failed.
There's a quest giver usually here.
Against all the
I'm not sure why he
evidence, he's
disappeared
convinced
just
the
as
Green
I
Lanterns are
arrived.
sabotaging his core's rings. Since he wants a fight, give it to him. The sooner we drain the charge from those yellow rings, the better.
I should. There he is. I'm not sure why he disappeared.
I
It
assume
happens
you were sent by
sometimes.
Superman. The Sinestro Core is using an amplifier device to boost their rings against...
So there's quite a few things we need to do, and of course, the evil Sinestro Lantern, Yellow Lantern Core will try to stop us. I think there's. Oh, there it is. Sadly, I'm taking damage, so let's use our old shield to be able to collect the investigation. So there's a whole bunch of objectives here. One of which is to defeat 20 Sinestro Core members. So if you need to click on a clicky and you don't want to get attacked by the evil Yellow Lanterns, just use your shield. And we have to be a bit careful. There is Arkello. Oh, he's over there. Oh, let me show it to you. Oh, I've used Breakout 100 times. So let's try and show you Arkello, and hopefully I won't get destroyed. So you can see Arkello over there. It's a bounty that we used to be able to play before we reach level 30. Sadly, that it was changed at some point. Now we really have to be level 30 to be able to fight Arkello. Well, we can fight him, but we won't get the credit for it. We have to be level 30 to be able to get the mission from the wanted posters. And unless you're high level, you pretty much need a group to be able to fight Arkello. Although I forget at what level you can solo him. It's been a while. So as you can see, we need various Yellow Lanterns. And we can get it interrupted, so let's use our loose shield. So we need to confiscate the alien weaponry, which you may have noticed is the Yellow Lanterns. Let's go close to our friend Arkello. I try to stay away from Arkello because sometimes it happens you can attack him by accident. Not really strong enough, sadly, to be fighting him at this point. But maybe someday.
I will wring your neck.
So just 2 more Yellow Lanterns and we'll be good to go.
No matter how you look in our ring.
As you can see, a bunch of them are flying, so let's try to bring them down. Oh yeah, level 26. And we've completed the objective, but we pulled a few Yellow Lanterns, so let's get rid of them first. So let's go to our inventory. I think we got some loot. We got a belt that's a little bit better than the one we have. And that seems to be it, sadly. Well, it happens. So let's complete our mission.
I'm watching the ring's energy signatures. It looks like something is blocking
Now let's
their
go to the
usual
next
power
part of
source,
the
like it's trying to rewrite all of them
quest.
somehow. Both Sinestro and Green Lantern Corps.
And there should be a side mission right here.
Due to the malfunction in our rings, we require your aid. Find a fallen manhunter. It will have a fear processor unit you can use to locate the rings.
So one of the missions is quite
fallen
simply
yellow
picking up
lanterns.
the head of
Lock
the
these rings inside our green
evil
prison
manhunter right here.
constructs before they find a new bearer. Do not delay.
Sinestro.
Kilowog Manhunter Bounty. Last survivor of the
Ring status report. Green Lantern 1.
on council aiding and
So again, we have a whole bunch of objectives, and as you can see, there's a few other players here.
Green Lantern 106.
This is an area where you can have heroes and villains competing for some of the objectives.
Ring status
The same with some of the previous Lantern missions. I've seen players sometimes complain that they had a hard time completing their missions because the other faction was preventing them from doing so. That never was an issue for me. I've always managed to be able to handle it.
Ring status report. Sinestro
not sure why I
Corps
can't pick it
member
up.
1107 deceased. Sector scan 1107
There we
for
go.
replacement.
Almost there. Oh yeah. So there's a whole bunch of different missions we have to, different
Ring
objectives
status report.
we have to complete.
Sinestro Corps member.
So we have to free some power rings. We have to capture some other power rings,
Ring status report. Ring
and we have to
status
defeat
report.
Sinestro Corps members, of course.
1512 Lantern 1512 deceased. 15 Space Sector Scan 1512 initiated replacement.
Lots of players tonight.
Ring status report. Green Lantern 804 deceased. Space Sector Scan 804 initiated.
Ring status report. Sinestro Corps member 1107 deceased. Sector scan 1107 for replacement.
Fear the power of Sinestro's might.
541 for replacement. Ring status report. Sinestro Corps member 482 deceased. Ring status
I guess our friend
report.
over there doesn't know what to do
Sinestro Corps
with
member 482.
the green energy ball. It happens.
Ring status report.
If you're wondering, when you grab the ring, quote unquote, you have to bring it where the Alpha Lantern is.
Ring status report.
And if you're not sure,
Sinestro Corps member
there we go.
1107
If you're not sure,
deceased.
there's that arrow that tells you where to go. So it's kind of hard not to mess it up. But sometimes if people don't know, they don't know. So as you saw, the person didn't know what to do with it, so he tried to maybe break it,
Ring status report.
not knowing
Sinestro
that
Corps-
the thing to do was to bring it here.
Ring status report. Sinestro Corps member. Scan 541 for replacement sentient initiated.
And the area is pretty big, so if there's too many players in the area where you are,
Ring
just
status
go,
report.
just move around a bit.
Sinestro Corps member 482.
Come on. Like usually people hang around here for some reason. There's too many people here. You can go further down in that direction.
Ring status report.
You can even come up here if you want to.
Ring status report.
Green Lantern 1512. Space Sector Scan 1512 initiated.
Ring status report.
There's a Kilowog usually over
Ring
here.
status report.
Oh, we're done with that. Well, let's fight a few evil yellow lanterns. Now, some of the NPCs will fight the yellow lanterns with you, as you can see. So you're not truly alone
Ring
here.
status report. Sinestro Corps member.
As you can see, there's a timer, so you have just a bit of time to bring the ring here.
Ring status report. Green Lantern 1512 deceased. Space Sector Scan 1512 initiated for replacement. Green Lantern 804 deceased. Space Sector Scan status
With a bit of luck, we should be able to bring
541.
at least a couple here.
Ring status report. Ring Sinestro Corps member 1. Sinestro Corps member 482. Sector Scan 110.
For some reason, you have to click twice to be able to pick up the ring. I'm not sure why. It didn't do that before.
Ring status
We're going to try to pick the ball. Oh, it worked the first time this time. So now we're done with the rings. All we have to do is fight the evil yellow lanterns. They usually spawn fairly quickly, so even if some other players defeat them all, more yellow lantern will appear soon enough. And this time it seems to be pretty much any yellow lantern. It doesn't have to be the shock troopers like before. There's a few abilities that can bring down flying enemies. Personally, I prefer to play a flying character myself, but if you use some of like a sticky bomb, usually it will bring them to the ground. There's probably a few other abilities. Actually, most of those I have should be able to. You need something that will stun them, basically. I think I have a few of those, but I guess not.
Keep the Sinestro Corps away from our rings.
There we go. So let's get out of here. And we should come over here, if I recall correctly. So let's go complete our mission.
I'm tracking a huge yellow light construct at City Hall. It looks like a giant fear generator.
Oh, nice shoulders.
I'm alerting John Stewart. He'll meet you inside with the core.
Sinestro has created a yellow fear generator construct to boost all of his malfunctioning rings. John Stewart and Select Corps will meet you inside to help take it out. Maybe then Sinestro will listen to reason, and we can locate the source of the real disturbance. Maybe. But I doubt
that's
it.
a nice gesture type character. So next we have to enter the City Hall, and we're going to fight the evil Sinestro. And we should get some help from our friend John Stewart. And there's usually a side quest at the entrance.
Oh, one of the good guys. The Sinestro Corps is using remote fear generators.
So one of the missions is to scan the fear generators.
Keep that barrier up.
So
Are you here to fight?
Here.
Good.
So,
One of Sinestro's manhunters is just behind this door. He's been slightly damaged, so that may give us an advantage. Bring down the shield. We're heading in.
So for some of the objectives, you will have some Green Lanterns helping you.
Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
And you can see there's an evil Manhunter that you have to defeat. It's usually a tough fight, but it's been a while, so I could be misremembering. But also there is a few, if you need them, there's a few healing barrels over here. So there's no reason not to use them. And of course you can use your shield to protect you. And in the case of the neural neuralizer, this one does a bit of damage.
The manhunter's down. Watch your backs, Green Lanterns. Don't leave any stragglers.
So let's grab that little investigation. That little lantern.
Manhunter bounty. Yellow lanterns. Heralds of Sinestro. Wielders of the power rings that concentrate fear. Destroy or apprehend on sight.
There's another one here. And I can still hear something.
Will be punished.
Nope, there's still a few evil yellow lanterns. There we go. I think this is what I'm hearing. Sometimes there's some briefings or investigations that even once you pick them up, they're still making a sound. I shouldn't do that, but that's not a big deal. The sound usually is to help you find them. Once you've collected them, usually they don't make a sound anymore. So we have to destroy the big lantern, and now let's deal with the yellow lanterns. Some of them are construct, but some are NPCs like that one over there. Even though we've completed the objective, I think there is a feat for clicking on all the lantern. I could be mistaken, it's been a while, but just in case, click on all the lantern. And you might get a feat out of it.
Manhunter bounty. Aptitude for technology. And able to create elaborate light constructs. Wanted dead or alive on counts of aiding and abetting the Green Lantern Corps.
I guess we'll find out by the end of this mission.
Hold strong, Green Lantern! John Stewart will join us for the final fight! Attack the Sinestro Corps! Show them Green Lantern's light!
Sometimes you can't target some enemies because of the environment, so don't hesitate to move when that's the case. There are missions where the game encourages you to not stay in one place. Sometimes some missions encourage you to move around within the map. There's one version of this mission where you have to destroy the lanterns. And there's also a few healing barrels if you need them. As usual, no reason not to break them, and if you need them for the feat, even better. And there's sometimes a little chesty chest in here. Let's see if we can find it. Sometimes it's at the very end of the mission, or sometimes it's not usually up here. Sometimes it's on that level over there, I think, or here. Doesn't matter, it's not here anyway. So let's continue.
I see through your protests. You fear Sinestro's power. You fear what's right. But you cannot stop the Sinestro Corps. And you will pay for this attempt to limit our power.
You're crazy if you think the ring malfunctions have anything to do with us, Sinestro. But then, reason was never your strong point. You want to fight, you got one.
So let's fight the evil yellow lanterns. You could decide to focus on Sinestro. The fight happens in various stages. Basically, as you take down Sinestro, at some point, he usually summons a shield.
Burn!
There it
Burn
is.
in my light!
So once Sinestro is protecting himself like that, you can you have to avoid the blades. But you could also use that opportunity to try to finish off the few yellow lanterns are remaining. You decide. So you pretty much have to run around for a bit until Sinestro decides to no longer attack you
Ring
with
powering down,
those blades.
Sinestro? Or maybe your will to inspire fear isn't up to a real fight.
If you are so sure of your victory, why do I sense your fear?
Almost there. Oh yeah. So let's choose our loot. We didn't get the Sinestro gloves. Well, let's go with those gloves here. I would have been tempting to take the ring next time. With the gloves, it gives us an additional style as opposed to the ring, which doesn't give us a style. If there's any strategy, it's only for that.
Track the source of the original disturbance. You did Metropolis proud, and the Green Lantern Corps as well.
This is not over, Lanterns. For fear dwells within us all.
Oh, and we saw the little chesty chest.
Sinestro won't get far.
I'm going to skip the cinematic, but if you want to see the
We'll
cinematics,
take it from here.
I have a video where I have a whole bunch of cinematics. It's called DC Universe Online the Movie or something like that. And we got a bunch of feet. I didn't notice if there was a feat for all the lanterns. Let's go and check. I don't think so. Oh well. So let's pick this up. Completed the investigation.
Sinestro Manhunter Bounty. Former member of the Green Lantern Corps. Now ruthless head of the Yellow Lanterns. Wanted dead or alive for counts too numerous to display.
So in case this is your first video, and many instances you have a little chesty chest like this one, so you have to break them up. It gives you sometimes a little reward, and there is also a feat for finding, I think it's thousands of those chests. There's various feats, like once you find 10, 50, 100, but I think the last feat for the chests is 1,000. Could be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that's the last feat. So let's complete our mission in our journal. Just checking if we didn't get a reward I didn't notice. Okay, so now we have to go back to the Midtown Police Station. So let's do that. And on the wall of the Midtown Police Station, sometimes there's a poster for to fight some player characters for PvP, and there's also an NPC that sometimes gives a mission called the Ring War mission, or I think it has another name also, Fear versus Will, something like that. So let's see if that little NPC. Nah, it doesn't give the mission right now. Oh well. Oh no, wrong police station. Thought it had been too quick. Not sure why there's a police station here that we don't use. There might be a reason for that. Well, let's go pick up that. Actually, there's a few of them. Oh yeah. I'm not sure if they were supposed to use this police station at some point and decided not to, or they just decided to. They needed a building and they decided to use a police station. That doesn't matter. So as you can see, Metropolis is a fairly big map. I would be tempted to say that it's the biggest map. I think it's a little bit bigger than even Gotham. But it might be a false impression because there's technically 3 islands. There's the Northern Island, there's the Southern Island, and there's Stryker Island. As opposed to Gotham, that only has the Gotham Island and the Arkham Asylum Island. Oh well. So, oh, there he is. So here's the poster for fighting players in PvP. And sometimes there's an NPC that will be here that will give a mission called Fear versus Will. That's also called the Ring War mission. So if you ever see a message saying the Ring War has started or something like that, that's the mission it's talking about. So the Sinestro missions went fairly smoothly. So let's go complete our mission. I guess it helped a bit that our character is level 26.
On behalf of the Corps.
Oh yeah, level 27, even better.
Strangely, even with the fear generator destroyed, our rings are still erratic. We may need to call upon you again.
Joker's clowns are attacking civilians in Burnley. Nightwing was the last one in, but he's held up in the East End station with the GCPD. Batman wants you to check in with him. He'll contact you on site.
So we'll play that mission next time. Right now, let's go back to our lair. There's one or two things I could maybe show you before we stop today. The first thing is obviously re-imprinting my armory. And maybe checking if there's a skill point or two that I want to add. Let's take a quick look first. Oh yeah, 2 skill points. So if you're playing DPS, you're going to start putting points in critical attack chance. Then you're going to start putting point in critical attack damage. And then later on, depending if you're using your weapons or if you're using your powers, you're going to put points in precisions or might and power. In this case, here we're going to put points in critical attack damage. And let's take a quick look at our loadout. We got a few new abilities. We got Cryo Field, which I might be tempted to take. I'll probably go with EMP Pulse. So I'm going to replace my shield with EMP Pulse. So you can see basically Daze, Electrified, Frostbitten, and Burning enemies take additional damage. Pretty much all my abilities will make it so that the EMP Pulse will do additional damage. And it's the only change I will do right now. One combo that could work is like Cryo Field and Taser Pull. Basically, you have your Cryo Field around you, which does extra damage to electrified enemies, and Taser Pull pulls the enemies towards you and electrifies them. So basically, when your Cryo Field is activated, when you pull enemy towards you, they get extra damage because they're electrified. So it's something that we could. I'll probably tweak my loadout a bit at some point to show you a few different abilities. And we got mail. That's probably for the investigation we completed. We got a neck piece. Let's see if it's going to be worth it. Alright, actually it is worth it. So let's re-imprint again. So let's go to our generator. If you guys recall, I got a yellow mod a bit earlier. It's a restoration mod, so not very useful for this character. But it's going to show you how you can put mods in your generator. Ideally, with this character, what I would want to have is power mods, vitalization mods, and might mods. I'll show you the generator, it'll make a bit more sense. So basically, there's various mods that you can put in your generator. There's some blue mods. Blue mods will be either health and power. As a controller, I usually go for power. The support mods usually are vitalization and I forget the other ones. I think the other one's dominance. I usually go with vitalization. There's also restoration, obviously. So we're going to put our mod in here. So for our mods to actually work, we have to activate the cells. Right now, it's the only thing we have, so no point in activating the other cells. But eventually, we're going to want to activate all the cells. And for the offense mod, it would be either precision mods or might mods. In this case, I would use might mods because as you saw, I have a tendency to use my powers a lot. And for the affinity mods, this is with your once you start having elite gear. When you have elite gear, when you have like 2 pieces of elite gear, it will activate this mod. When you have 4 pieces of elite gear, it will activate those 2 mods. When you have 6 pieces of elite gear, it will activate those 3 mods. And when you have 8 pieces of elite gear, it will activate all the mods. So once you manage to complete a full set of elite gear, you will have all those mods that will give you sometimes extra stats, extra abilities, extra... So depending on the mods. But at this point, it doesn't matter. It's something that only matters once your character is a higher level. So before we repair, I strongly suggest before you repair, just sell all the stuff you have. Basically, you don't want to repair some armor that you're going to sell right now. For example, the Wonder Girl. Actually, it's not even broken. Oh, we got a headpiece. So let's go re-imprint our stuff. There we go. So now we can sell our old headpiece actually. And let's repair the rest. I'm not sure why it does that. Repair, but there we go. Sorry about that, I had a little scratchy thing in the back of the throat. So that's going to be pretty much it for now. So you guys just saw how you can put mods in your generator. So next time we're going to go speak to Nightwing in the Gotham East End police station. Basically we're going to fight a whole bunch of clowns, and we'll probably end up fighting Deathstroke towards the end of the mission. So that is pretty much it for now, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.